Breaking news we've been following all morning. LAPD investigating a deadly shooting in the Beverly Crest neighborhood. At least 3 people are dead. Another 4 are critically injured.
Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez joins us live and is about to get brand new information from the information officer there on scene. Leticia, what can you tell us so far?
Well, I could tell you right now we're about to hear from the PIO from the LAPD, so let's go ahead and listen in to him right now. I'm going to go ahead and allow him to do the speaking, okay?
Okay, here we go. Around 2:30 this morning, West LA officers received multiple 911 calls of a shooting with people down at a residence here in the 2700 block of Ellison Drive. When the officers arrived to the scene, they found 5 victims suffering from gunshot wounds. The Los Angeles Fire Department responded and pronounced 3 of those victims deceased here at scene. 2 of those victims were transported to local hospitals, with a total of 4 victims that were transported to hospitals. The ones that were transported, we have 2 in critical condition at this time and 2 in stable condition. At this time, we're waiting for the coroner to make the determination of the ages and genders of those that were deceased. Because of the integrity of the investigation, investigators not releasing that information at this time. At this time, we know that the residence was a short-term rental, and we're still interviewing additional occupants as well as witnesses and neighbors to try to piece together exactly what happened here. Investigators are also going door to door and looking for additional surveillance video or any evidence that could help us determine what happened here and why these victims were shot. We're asking anyone with information to contact LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division at 213-486-6890. That's the information we have at this time. Again, the ages and genders of the victims, especially of the deceased, will be determined by the coroner's office. And those that were in the hospital now, we have 4 additional victims that were in the hospital, 2 in stable condition and 2 in critical condition. And again, at this time, investigators are not releasing their genders or ages because of the integrity of the investigation, and we're still trying to get additional information from everybody that was here. Yes?
This morning when I talked to the overnight, they had given out the genders. Is that still considered correct then?
You know, I would, out of abundance of caution, I would hold on that until the coroner makes that determination.
Do you
Yes.
know if the victims were, some of them were in a car, some of them were outside, or
Right. You know what? Again, we're waiting for the investigators to release more information. I'll have more of what they can release, because with an active investigation, we're interviewing witnesses. And to keep the integrity of that investigation, when you ask a witness exactly what happened, we want to piece together where they were and what they saw at that time. So right now, you know, in the interview process, in the interrogation process, we want to get that information. Yes, ma'am. We have 7 total, so 3 deceased and 4 transported to the hospital. 2 were transported before the officers got here, 2 were self-transported, and then 2 were transported by an ambulance to a local hospital. So we have 7 total, yes.
You mentioned this was a short-term rental. Could you tell if there was some sort of party or gathering that was happening, given that there were so many people?
You know, at this time, we're still trying to interview people of what kind of gathering it was or whether it was a party or not. So again, it's an ongoing investigation. I know that we want to get the information out, but you know, we have a lot of investigators here trying to piece together what happened. Yes.
What about suspect?
The suspect right now, there is no suspect information, and that's what we're interviewing these witnesses and additional occupants of this gathering or whatever it was here. Yes.
So the suspect hasn't been caught. Should people be concerned that someone's out there, that other people potentially in danger here?
You know what, at this time we don't believe so, based off of the interviews so far. However, again, we're asking for anybody with information to contact Robbery Homicide Division to help us solve this crime. Yes.
Can you tell us if there's anyone who stayed behind who was part of who saw something or was part of the gathering that is being meeting with the police right now?
Yes. Again, investigators are interviewing additional occupants and witnesses of what happened here, and that's why we're kind of limited on the information we want to release at this time to keep the integrity of that investigation. Yes, we'll have an update again in maybe about an hour when I reach out with Robbery Homicide Division. So.
Access to like surveillance video or stuff like that?
Yes, you know, investigators are going door to door to see if there is surveillance video or ring camera or any kind of, you know, residential or, you know, cameras here in the area to help them with that. Yes, anything else? No?
What's your last name again?
Last name is Borihan, B as in boy, O-R-I-H-A-N-H.
Okay, you were listening live there to the LAPD speaking following this overnight shooting in the Beverly Crest area. The officer confirming that there were 7 victims of this shooting, 3 of them dead. He would not confirm the genders of those victims this morning, saying he wanted to wait for the coroner to officially do that. But there was no confirmation because there was a lot of speculation at this point that this was a party that was occurring at the time. But he did say that the location where this happened was some type of a short-term rental there in the Beverly Crest area. Leticia Juarez is at the scene gathering more information. If and when new information warrants, we of course will bring it to you here on ABC7.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.